world were still alive, their work went on in same vein. Now, they started throwing all kinds of garbage, polluted and poisonous water into Bein with impunity. Various departments of Punjab government were not concerned either. They were also busy in their work as usual. It didn't matter to them that Bein was swallowed by the poisonous and polluted waters, that her bank was captured in illegal encroachment, that the stream flowing through 93 villages had dried up, that Bein was transformed into a dirty nala, that instead of development, there had been deterioration in the block. So what? The show must go on. New files should be made and maintained. Papers should be filled. Facts should be put down. Everything should be properly documented. These departments were duly engaged in their conventional work as usual. The fact that recharging of groundwater had stopped was gathered by the government department themselves. Water level that was receding in the last 15 years at the rate of 0.23 centimeters was now receding at the rate of 24 to 25 centimeters. Villages of Doaba were suffering due to this acute shortage of water. People from small townships, villagers and farmers were cursing their fate. Land had become barren due to scarcity of water. The hand pumps had dried up and tube wells were simply not working. Historic river Kali Bein was no more there, but people of Punjab could not just erase its existence from their minds. Reminding them about the historicity of Bein were the Gurudwaras that were built on its banks. Bein was alive in the memory of the masses. She was still flowing in the recesses of their unconscious. People of Punjab could never forget that Guru Nanak Dev had spent 14 years of his life near the waters of Kali Bein. He practiced austerities and did tapas sitting on these banks. They could also not forget their own socio-cultural and religious activities linked with Bein from times immemorial. Bein still kept on springing up in their imagination. The procession has started moving forward on Kacha Road on Bein's bank after crossing Subhanpur Bridge. Creating waves in the waters of Bein with its songs and musical notes, this procession is trying to convey to Mother Bein that her children who had gone astray have now come back to her. Kanjali is some 30 kilometers from Subhanpur. Night will fall by the time that caravan reaches here. Bein is waiting for the caravan to reach here. Sun has dipped down into the horizon. Bein gets a little restless. Musical notes flowing on her waves inform her that the caravan is about to reach. Streaks of light guiding the procession shimmer on the waters. creating a stirring sensation in her. Smilingly, she watches with pride and joy this band of hundreds of thousands of people which is moving ahead with strong determination. Though she suffered people's imprudence and villainy, Bein has also been a witness to the accomplishments of an impossible task by them, which is peerless. It is hard to find any equal, not only in Punjab, but in the entire world. Third day of the journey comes to an end today. An interesting fact comes to light. If one makes a survey of the roads built in villages, towns and small cities of Doaba region, most of the roads have not been constructed by the Building and Roads Department of Punjab government. The man who has been laying roads in remote areas of this region is popularly known as Sadkon Wala Baba or Road Baba. This Baba is a strange man. He would move with his followers to some underdeveloped backward village. After the hard task of leveling uneven ground, he would make a path and then construct a road on that path. In this manner, he constructed hundreds of kilometers of road length in many villages. For the saint, however, making roads was a sacred act. He believed that any act which helps connecting people with their fellow beings and with their environment is a religious act. And those actions or situations which take people away from their fellow beings and their environment are irreligious acts. Such conditions must change. Their cause should be eradicated by all means. The stream of Bein had dried up. The overall situation now was such that the Punjab government was sitting idle. Government officials were silently watching Bein's estuary converting into a stinking gutter. Intellectuals were accusing the society for its apathy and poets were writing lamentations on the death of the river. During this period, one day, the same Sadkon Wala Baba emerged on the scene at Sultanpur Lodhi. Baba had a definite purpose behind his arrival. He had a weird conception, as weird as his own personality. He wanted to see sacred river Bein come to life again. The river, which was now dead, was filled with garbage and vegetation of water weeds all over. Even to imagine that Bein could flow again was such a daring thought that no person, group or organization, even Punjab government was ready to perceive and take up. Government had already dismissed it to be an impossible task. Baba was deeply perturbed at the fate of Bein, by the villainous attitude of people towards Bein, by their degraded psyche, and by the government's apathy. One day, sitting and contemplating in the lap of Bein, Baba took up a resolve that he would not rest in peace until Bein comes to life again. Then he announced his resolution that he is going to start work for resurrection of the sacred Bein. Whoever wanted to join him was welcome to do so. He invoked the people. Since we have committed the sin of desecration against Bein, it is for us to do the expiation of this sin. This was on July 19th, 2000.
ਅਸੀਂ ਜੁਲਾਈ 2000 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਭੁੱਲੇ ਆ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਆ ਸਾਰਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਮਾਜ ਹੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰ ਆ ਜੋ ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਇਹਦੀ ਦੁਰਦਸ਼ਾ ਹੋਈ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਲ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ, ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਦਰ ਦੀ ਇਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ। ਗੁਰਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਾਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਕਾਰਜ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਇਹਦੇ ਨੇੜੋਂ ਘਾਹ ਵੱਢਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਬੂਟੀ ਕੱਢਣੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੀ।
It was the beginning of a miracle which within a short span of time people were to remember in amazement. To remember that day, that time, that moment when it all began. Baba had started pulling out thorny bushes and weeds from Bai's bed with bare hands. Little children from the village had joined him, and they also started pulling weeds with equal enthusiasm. Passers-by, local people used to stop now and then to see this spectacle with surprise, disbelief, and eagerness. Gradually, the news spread. Baba has taken a vow that Bai would flow again. Baba kept on working and encouraging the children who were his companions in the deed. Through the day, he, along with the children, would struggle with the dense thicket grown all around in Bai. For children, it was like a game. At the same time, they also felt sense of pride in that they were giving a helping hand to the Baba. Children did not actually realize that their little hands have been drawing blueprint of a great venture. People who till then were indifferent and silent onlookers now started joining the campaign one after the another. And then it so happened as if the notes of a toil song were being created. Gradually, the song found the rhythm, and words started pouring in to complete this song. Fourth day of the journey begins from Kanjali. People from Kanjali and its surrounding areas have come in right in the morning. No one wants to be left out. Everyone wants to participate in this journey. All of them want to make sure that they are a part of this caravan. The caravan which has risen on the land of Dwaba as a parallel force, like a mighty power to fight against an attitude which has been illogical, irrational, and anti-nature. The force which is vigilant about its environment, conscious of its atmosphere, and aware of its responsibilities. Working day and night on the stretch of Bai between Sant Ghat and Gurudwara Beir Sahib, Baba and his followers had already finished cleaning up the river bed. Now, the next stage of the work began, to construct a Pakka Ghat at this place. Baba's slogan was, "Do your work with your own hands. Also refine it with your own hands." Witnessing Baba's determination and untiring work, villagers by now had gained this assurance that Baba was not building castles in the air, and that his vision can manifest in the form of a concrete reality. Now, they were supporting him by all means that they could muster. Farmers provided their tractors and shopkeepers supplied diesel. Others gave the lift of their labor. Baba himself would drive tractor all through the day to do the leveling work on the cleared ground of Ghat. For the people of this area, this saint was not only a source of inspiration, but was also a big challenge for them. Challenge in the sense that neither would he take rest himself, nor will he let others sit at ease. Not only did he believe in karma himself, he also motivated everyone else towards action. This arduous work went on for 2 years. For 2 years, neither Baba relegated action nor did his followers deserted him. During this period, this stretch of Bai at Sultanpur had been cleared from murk, garbage, weeds and bushes at Sultanpur. Bank was levelled and a pakka ghat was built by joining stones together. Road was constructed on both sides and shade-giving trees were planted alongside. People of this small township were wonderstruck. They were watching the transformation of this place in amazement. Where earlier there were only heaps of garbage, dead bodies of animals and filth all around just 2 years ago, one could now just see the opposite. A broad clean bank, pakka ghat and rows of green trees. And of course, an amazing saint constantly at work. The saint who had taken the oath that he would not rest until Bai flows again. Now began the next phase of Baba's mission. By cleaning the river and making a pakka ghat at Sultanpur, he had succeeded in awakening an image of Bai hibernating in people's mind. But he knew that to manifest his dream into reality, he needed people's support, their participation, dedication to his work, an indomitable will, and a huge workforce with a resolute spirit. Bearing this in his mind, Baba started calling gatherings. He started giving sermons to channelize people's abstract religious feelings towards historic Bai, which now lay dead. He reminded them that this is the same river where Guru Nanak Dev used to bathe. Baba, in fact, gave a form to their formless, intangible spiritual faith. He shaped it and directed it towards Bai. And as he had anticipated, a huge mass of people flocked in for the cause of Bai. They came regardless of their castes, religion, class, power and position. Day by day, their number kept on growing. Convoys of men, women, children, old and young, from